So long.
I'm gonna stick with my group as long as my group be here. You better believe it.
Are you gonna be an actor and be with the group still?
Well, my plans are going to engineering school.
Yeah.
I like to invest my money in studios.
Well, I was planning on being an actor and singing, something like Sammy Davis style.
Yeah, that's good, man.
That's
good thinking, son.
What about you, Jermaine? What about
you, Jermaine?
Well, you're gonna be a writer. Oh.
Yeah.
Right on, brother. I can dig that. Amen.
Strong family bonds help us to thrive in all aspects of life. Lack of these bonds can lead to forever seeking that something which is missing. Michael Jackson experienced both. Men are frequently measured by being a good father and being a son. Michael had an epic relationship with his father, Joe Jackson, the patriarch of the Jackson family. Michael Jackson frequently stated that he was physically and emotionally abused by his father from a young age, enduring incessant rehearsals, whippings, and name-calling. However, he also credited his father's strict discipline as playing a large part in his success. Michael Jackson's father also admitted to the BBC in 2003 that he whipped his son as a child. Their relationship was very complex, and at a speech at Oxford University, Michael Jackson himself explained it best.
Those of you who are familiar with the Jackson 5 know that I began performing at the tender age of 5, and that ever since then, I haven't stopped dancing or singing. But while performing and making music undoubtedly remained as many of my greatest joys. When I was young, I wanted more than anything else to be a typical little boy. My father is a tough man, and he pushed my brothers and me hard, really hard. From the earliest age to the best, he wanted us to be the best performers we could possibly be.
Michael Jackson's art and life prove that genius is childhood recaptured.
Joe Jackson, to me, is a hero, because without Joe Jackson not only giving birth, him and Catherine giving birth to all those wonderfully talented children, Joe knew exactly what to do to make Michael the best. And Michael was asked once, well, you talked about Joe giving you the whoopings and, your childhood being hard. Would you exchange, those whoopings and all that stuff for who you are? And Michael said, no, I'll still be who I am. I keep all that. So he forgave it. I think that people exploited Michael's weaknesses. And maybe Michael did get spanked, but if he hung around other people, maybe they would have said, I got spanked too, And it wouldn't have been such a big deal, but I think people exploited it so that they would have a weakness on him, so that they could have something on him that they could manipulate. And I believe that even Michael in his later years called his father a genius. And he said, you take one whooping away and I might not be who I am.
The thing is like I had gotten a directive from the president at Dick Asher that you never are supposed to release a single until the album is finished, until you have the album in-house. Because sometimes a lot of the other departments, a lot of A&R people, they release the single, and then the single would explode, but the album wasn't finished, and so they didn't have an album to sell, or sometimes the album was, just held or So they were losing sales, you know, because before when they had done the rough mixes and the first mix, it's just absolutely horrible. I mean, it lost a lot of the brightness, the clarity, the rhythm, you know, it was just not there, you know. So Quincy said, "No, I can't give you this record, Larkin. We got to do this all over again."
When Jackson was exonerated on molestation charges, many in the African-American community demonstrated forgiveness. On his blog, Earl Ofari Hutchinson suggested that Jackson's charitable side be his legacy. According to the Chronicle of Philanthropy, the star supported dozens of charities, including USA for Africa, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. His fans continued grieving, and some celebrated his life outside the arena. Basketball greats Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson also spoke. Magic described the event as a celebration of Michael's life and work rather than a funeral. The Michael Jackson legacy will not be shaped by his troubled years, but by the majesty of his art and the love of his fans.
This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call.